Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's day 8, which means it's Nation 8 time, and that is Albania. Albania went decades without qualifying for any major tournament until 2016, when they first made Euro 2016, of course. They failed to qualify from the group on that occasion, but did pick up their first win at the tournament, a 1-0 victory over Romania. This time around will be just their second major international tournament, and it's going to prove very, very difficult to get out of this group. In terms of how they qualified, they had to rival both the Czech Republic and Poland to make it here. Wins at home against both of them proved pivotal in the race for qualification, as they finished ahead of Poland on their better head-to-head record against them. And where they really excelled was their defence. They conceded just 4 goals throughout qualification. In terms of their coach, it's a man with plenty of international pedigree. It's Silvinho, the former left-back, and his assistant manager, former right-back Pablo Zabaleta, which is just a great combo. Brazilian and an Argentinian. What a combo. He joined at the start of 2023, and by the end of 2023, he had secured qualification. And his commendation for his success was being given the golden decoration of the eagle, whatever that is, and being offered Albanian citizenship, which he gladly took up. In terms of players to watch, the first man to keep your eyes on is their captain, Berat Gimsiti. He was actually born in Zurich in Switzerland, which is where actually a lot of Albanian players ended up during the war. He is a rather experienced centre-back now at this level, and is part of that great Atalanta side that's been causing many teams problems, especially Liverpool, a lot of problems in recent times. Their star player for me though is Elseed Hysaj. He is probably the most experienced member of this team. He's sitting at 30 years old now and closing in on 100 caps for his country. He plays his domestic football with Lazio in Italy, where he's been now for quite a long time. In terms of the one to watch though, I'm picking Inter Milan's Christian Aslani. He was signed by Inter Milan in 2022 for a fee of €12 million. And since then, he's gone on to play for the club 55 times, mostly as the holding midfielder, but for Albania you may see him deployed a bit further forwards. In terms of other observations, when viewing this squad, you may notice the likes of Armando Broja, of course, plays his trade in the Premier League, but his position is still up for grabs against the likes of Ray Minaj. In terms of how they line up, Silvinho has tended to set his side up in a 4-2-3-1, but he may look to utilise a little bit more of a defensive system heading into this tournament. Seferi and Asani are likely to be on the wings, with Bajrami in the number 10, or potentially deeper if Silvinho pivots to a 4-1-4-1. In terms of what they hope will happen, they will be praying that maybe, just maybe, they can pick up a surprise win against someone in their group and sneak through in one of those magical third place finishes. What I think will happen though is I think they're going to battle really, really hard. I think they're going to be really resilient and hard to break down. But I do fear for them just a little. They could maybe get a scalp, maybe of Italy, but for me, I still see them finishing in last position. In terms of their odds, they sit at 500 to 1. There's not really much of a market for backing Albania to win Euro 2024 this time around. And that rounds out our second group of the Euros, our so-called Group of Death. In actuality though, I think both the Italy and the Croatia squads are not quite as good as we've seen of them in the last 10-15 years or so. Spain for me will be qualifying top of the tree, with both Croatia and Italy going through in second and third. Sadly for Albania though, I think this is going to be a stretch too far this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, that rounds it up. That rounds up Group A and Group B and all the teams in between. Now, let me know in the comments your feelings on Albania and your feelings on Group B as a whole. And I will see you tomorrow when we're back for another group, another team, starting with